You can find some of them on sale, but for $900 for polyurethane, no. I would definitely give this one a thumbs up. But I will say, if you ain't got it like that, you can thrift something like it. People be like, oh, I didn't like it. No, girl, you just won for your birthday and knew you wasn't gonna want to wear them again, so now you bringing them back. And I just feel like for that reason alone, like, it's just a waste of money. It's a waste of time for the people who sell it to you. For 50% you paying for the Simone Rocha name, and then 50% for maybe what the item is actually worth. Let me search it and find out how they got it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your girl, Sierra here. And I am back with episode 2 of Is It Worth It Wednesdays. In case you are new to this segment that I have on my channel, I am going to definitely leave episode 1 linked down in the description box. However, I will say you don't have to watch these videos in any specific order because each video is going to be different. I'm not going to be like referencing anything in the last video. It's a whole new ball game. So with that being said, in today's video, I'm going to be again covering 5 items that I've just been looking at, and I'm just like, why are people attracted to these things? Or like, yes, okay, I can see why people are buying this, or people are just wasting their money and buying into the hype. So with that being said, let's hop right into, is it worth it? So first item I have actually never seen in person. However, it has been coming up on my feed probably because I love Margiela, I love replica, so I am the target market for this shoe. And actually my friend DM'd me and was like, yo, what are your thoughts on this shoe? And I was like, oh my god, I have been seeing it everywhere, like I low-key think it's worth it. And it's gonna be this 5-finger GAT shoe, and as you guys can see, it looks definitely like a GAT. I think in a way it kind of like mocks the GAT, because I do feel like some people wear the GAT, especially when it comes down to the paint splattered ones, as like a flex. I guess it's always a flex, but personally I just think that it's a well-made shoe, and that's the reason why I have so many GATs. And I also just feel like it ages really well. It looks good when it's beat up. I feel like this one, especially because the price point is under $200 freaking dollars, I think it's on sale for like $98, which I'm like, okay, that's a really, really good deal. But one thing that my friend was saying, he actually went against me. He was like, oh, I don't know if it's like actually that functional because it's like not a Vibram sole. But I feel like for $98, but I feel like regardless, Vibram or not, it definitely is modeled after a Vibram sole. And my friend has the 5-finger Vibram shoes, and they're just as flat as these bad boys. Like, I don't feel like it's much of a difference. I guess besides the fact that when you hear Vibram, then you automatically know that it's going to be functional. So maybe that's the part. But again, for $98, like, I feel like you can't expect all the bells and whistles, you know. And I'm not too familiar with the brand. I have been seeing a lot of their shoes on my feed, again, because they have like the tabby toe. And I couldn't find much about this brand. Worst case, JPG. I don't really know where they're from, but seems, you know, I guess pretty legit. I don't like when people be like ships in a week, ships in 2 weeks personally, but that's what they say, ships in a week. But it says fast shipping even with that. But I do find that with smaller brands, they probably make items as the orders come in, because I feel like if you're small, you don't want to start out with a whole bunch of inventory and then people not buy into it right away. So maybe it's the smart way about having a business. I don't know. I don't sell clothes, but I would assume maybe that's why. And in case you didn't know, tabby toes is not synonymous with just Margiela. Tabbies was actually originated in Japan in like the 14th century, so they are the ones who invented the tabby toe. So with that being said, other brands can also dabble in tabbies, you know what I'm saying? And it's like not fake, it's just their version of the tabby. But yeah, I do feel like, is these worth it? I would say yes. You cannot beat the price. I feel like it's low-key still classic and like timeless, considering that the GAT has been around forever. And also like the 5-finger shoe, like that style is functional, so that's going to be around forever as well. So combine the two, you got timeless on timeless. So I would definitely say this shoe is worth it. Next item is going to be from the brand COURREGES. And definitely, please let me know what y'all thoughts are down in the comments, because I feel like people are definitely not going to agree with me when it comes down to this item. But in case you are unfamiliar with COURREGES, COURREGES is a French fashion house known for its futuristic designs and innovative use of materials. The brand was founded in 1961 by Andre COURREGES, a former student of Balenciaga. Also, one thing that I read in Emilio Pucci's book is that COURREGES was actually the inventor of the mini skirts. So in case you're wondering where that came from, COURREGES. Okay, so been that girl. And the item that I don't really think is quite that worth it is going to be their polyurethane, a little cropped jacket. And I actually asked this lady whose style I really appreciate. I was like, do you like this jacket? She was like, absolutely yes. Like, it's classic. They've been doing that jacket forever. And it's like, I get the history and I also respect and understand it. However, when it comes down to fabrication, okay? And before I added it to my thumbs down, I actually looked at vintage jackets like this because, again, this is like a reiteration. Same like polyurethane material. What I found is it ages exactly as I thought it would. Okay, you get creases in it. The little cotton, little feathery part starts to like come out. And in my opinion, like it looked bad. It looked bad. Like, to me, this is a material that don't get better with time. It get worse with time. And I say that, again, respectfully, excuse my face, I am a Cancer, so it's hard for me to like fake it. And this lady who I work with, she was telling me like, oh, I have this jacket, like I wear it like on rain days. Like, I love to wear it on, you know, when it rains. And I was like, okay, I get it. Like, you know, it is obviously, it has like this like shiny coating over it, so it is somewhat like water resistant, I would think. You can find some of them on sale, but for $900 for polyurethane, no. I don't even know how to pronounce it for real. Polyurethane? Polyurethane. No. And I actually tried the jacket on, and I will say COURREGES, for the most part, when it comes down to like their jackets especially, are made for like French body types. Because, baby, if I tried on my size exactly, I think the one that I tried on was like a French 40, which is like a 10-12. If I was to try on my size, the sleeves will literally come up to here, okay? And it was like, I felt like white chicks in it. Even in the size 40, like I felt like my back was gonna like bust out of it if I just breathed the wrong way. So that's another thing. That's another reason why I put it on the list as well, is because I feel like it's super limiting to specific body types. Like, very petite people can get away with wearing this jacket and it looks somewhat like cool. But for people that's like broad or like long limbed like me, it'll be hard for you to kind of wear this jacket and it look like it's your size, for one, and for the look to just come through. So for those reasons, is it worth it? No. The next item is going to be from the brand Coperni. And in case you're unfamiliar with Coperni, Coperni is a Parisian fashion brand that designs ready-to-wear clothing and accessories. The brand was founded in 2013 by Sebastian Meyer and Arnaud Vaillant. Okay. Also, Coperni's aesthetic is inspired by Nicholas Copernicus, who was a mathematician and a Polish astronomer and mathematician, and he is said to be the father of modern astronomy. Also, too, what I've read about Coperni is a brand where they want to appeal to the younger market, like the TikTokers and things like that. So they are very strategic when they, for instance, will spray paint Bella Hadid, you know, on the runway, because they know that something like that is going to go viral and kids are going to be like, oh my gosh, I need something from this freaking brand. So with that being said, I saw these pants here that are like half spandex, and then at the bottom they're going to be like a denim. And I'm not going to hold you, they are like pretty cool to like look at. Yeah, like I feel like they may make the butt look nice. But one thing I know about this spandex material, and in case you're new to my channel, I've talked about it before, but I can really be musty if I wear like cheap polyester or like nylon on my underarms or like around my, you know, private parts. So when I see these pants, I just feel like, oh my gosh, like you're gonna smell, like you're gonna freaking smell in this suffocating spandex. Also too, when I see these pants, I feel like they're here for a good time, not a long time. Like, these are the type of pants where you may be obsessed with them because they are of the moment, but then a couple years go by and you looking at these pants like, but why? You know what I'm saying? And the price point on these pants, I think, is like $1,100. I'll insert the price here somewhere, but even for the price point, I'm just like, I understand that it's 100% cotton, like denim on the bottom, but at the top it's full on spandex. So I feel like with these pants, they are probably the price that they are due to the fact that, you know, it features the leather and it's probably kind of intricate to even produce a pant like this. So maybe that's what you're paying for, is like the craftsmanship. To each his own. Like, obviously, again, this is a very opinionated video, and what I'm saying is not gold. But in case you are new to the series, I mentioned it in my last video, but I have been working in luxury retail for 10 years, and I have seen a lot of pieces that are like super stylized like this come back like after the first wear. People be like, oh, I didn't like it. No, girl, you just won for your birthday and knew you wasn't gonna want to wear them again, so now you bringing them back. And I just feel like for that reason alone, like, it's just a waste of money. It's a waste of time for the people who sell it to you. Next up is going to be an item from the brand Simone Rocha. And already super biased because I love Simone. Me and Dasha actually went to her book signing. She loved Dasha. Dasha loved her. Her energy around her was just so calm. Simone Rocha is an Irish Chinese designer, and she is known for making clothes that make women feel powerful yet still dainty, I would say. Like, also she tends to work with a lot of like lightweight fabrics. She always has like this dainty or like frilliness to her clothing, whether it be like bows or like little pearls around a cardigan. I also feel like if you're looking for that item that's just going to give you that wow factor to a look, then Simone Rocha is definitely one of those brands that I would like look at. But one thing that I wanted to talk about for the is it worth it is this little slip dress. And I think a slip dress is something that Simone Rocha does like every season. And I feel that this one here in particular, this pink one, I think the price point is around like $650, $695. And the fabric makeup is going to be 73% acetate and then 37% silk. And acetate is derivative of tree pulp, so still somewhat of a natural fabric. And anyway, I have seen this piece up close. I've seen this piece on people. In my opinion, you would not even be able to tell it's any synthetic in it at all or semi-synthetic. It flows and feels like 100% silk. Like, I was so astonished to find that it had more than half of acetate. But yeah, I say that. And granted, somebody may look at this dress and say, Sierra, I can go to the thrift store and find something like this. True. But I do feel like her pieces are, again, like super specific. And you may not be able to find a bubblegum pink freaking slips dress. One that is modernized. Also, when it comes down to designer pieces, I want to say for the most part, you be paying for the name, or 50% you paying for the Simone Rocha name, and then 50% for maybe what the item is actually worth. Even with that being said, I feel like Simone pieces, with the craftsmanship and all that probably goes into her garments, because you can see the intricacy when it comes to certain pieces that she has. But with that being said, I feel like the price point is never like, oh my gosh, this is like crazy expensive. But comparing this slip dress to, for instance, like a Chloe slip dress, which a Chloe slip dress is definitely going to be 100% silk, but it's probably going to be like $2,500 or $3,000. And sure, it's 100% silk, and they probably use the best grade of silk at Chloe, but it's still like, oh my gosh, this very simple dainty piece, so it's like $3,000. Like, to me, to wrap my head around that sometimes be insane. But I say that to say, like, you can go to Simone Rocha and literally pay a quarter of that price and get a piece that is just as versatile, just as timeless. Also, probably just as easy, if not easier, to take care of. The silk Chloe gown, like, I feel like that's something that you should probably only dry clean. It's probably something that you may cherish and wear every once and again. Whereas this Simone Rocha like slip dress, like, I feel like you can wear this once or twice every week in the spring and summer, you know, months. You can even wear it with like a little cardigan, sneakers, sandals. Like, I always think of like versatility. So with how versatile this piece is, I feel like it definitely makes the price a little bit more digestible. So is it worth it? I would definitely give this one a thumbs up. But I will say, if you ain't got it like that, you can thrift something like it. Last but certainly not least is another one that I don't want to say is controversial. And this one, I can't even give a thumbs up or thumbs down. This one is like middle because it's not super diverse when it comes to the different body types that can wear this type of dress. And it's going to be the Victoria Beckham Gathered Waist Dress. And I have sold this dress, I think like maybe once or twice. I've seen it on women, and I will say it's literally always 50-50. If you are anything bigger than like a 4, 6, 8, and I want to say an athletic build at that, being any of those sizes, this dress probably won't work for you. Like if you have a midsection, the fact that it's gathered in the middle of the dress, it just totally just brings attention to that part of the body. And to each his own, right? Like some people may not mind having attention on that area, but I will say with my experience that I have working in retail, I find that women, if they don't have a flat stomach, they don't necessarily want to bring attention to their stomach. And with that being said, I have seen it on women with my build or maybe a little bit bigger but still athletic, and they love this dress. They literally look forward to the different colors and fabrics that she makes or brings out in every season. It's super versatile. I feel like you can put a blazer on top of it, and it's like the perfect work dress, I would say. But I can't give it a thumbs up, just considering that it's a dress that, again, 50% of women who try it probably won't feel comfortable in it. And even if you do have an athletic build too, like still I have some women that just don't feel comfortable with the gatheredness on the stomach. But obviously it's doing something good because it's a dress that is reoccurring for Victoria Beckham. And when it comes down to the price point, I want to say they are anywhere from like $1,000 and up. Again, that's probably mainly due to the fabrication, because I know she does them in different fabrics and like prints every season. Is it worth it? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Would you lean more so thumbs up or more so thumbs down? But that actually concludes everything for Is It Worth It this week. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode 2 in the comments. I would love to know, and I will see you guys next week in episode 3. But be on the lookout for Friday, because there's a video going up Friday.